So let's talk about the practical implementation, what all things you need to do. So the first thing, let's say I'm a developer. First, I will go to this Google Developer Console. This is the first thing I will do is and I will register my application. Let's say my application is this is my application name and I'm a developer. I will go to the Google Developer Console, and what I will do first thing is I will register my application there. When you register, you will get a client ID, client secret, and you also need to specify callback URL and on which port, the domain where you will be running your application, either localhost for testing or the domain. Why we need that? Because we are building a Notion app. We want user to, and on this application you will provide one button, login with the Google. Right, so what happens? Why we need all this information? Because we want to enable the Google sign-in with our application. Otherwise, how Google will identify that, okay, when you click on to this login with Google, I need to present a login screen. I need to create an application on Google Developer Console, right? That application Google will give us the client ID, which I need to configure in the client app, client ID, client secret, callback URL. Because once the Google says, okay, I have validated the user and I have the authorization code, I need to go to the client app. So for that, I need to provide a callback URL and the domain using which I will be testing or deploying this application, because then Google will allow for this client ID for that domain only. Nobody can just use a random domain to use this client ID. Okay, client secret we will keep secret, and the callback URL we will specify. Okay, once you have done authenticated, redirect to this URL so that my client or my server can access that code and can return an access token, can get an access token. So these are the important things which we need to perform as a step 1. Go to the developer console, register your application, get client ID, client size secret, registered a callback URL, registered a allowed logout URL, allowed domains, all these things. Then you will write your code and put the client ID, client secret in your code so that when user clicks on to the login with the Google, we are able to communicate to the authorization server, which is a Google, which can be a Google GitHub based on where you have created your application. So that is a step 1. Let's take a look onto that. Okay, so you can go to the Google Developer Console inside this API services and credentials. So inside credentials, we can create a Auth client ID. What we are doing, we are kind of creating a web app, right? Just create a, let's say web app name is KTS Sharma V2 2025. Okay, so here we need to add the authorized URI, JavaScript origin. I will just add a localhost for now. And authorization redirect URI. Contain a domain. And here URI HTTP localhost, because we are going to test this application. I think it should be auth Google callback. I will check. I mean, for now I'm just registering one application. So here it gives me client secret and client ID, right? I will just copy them and I will start using them. So this is the step 1. You should go to the Google Developer Console, create an application. Now we need to configure this application in our Node.js backend, Express app and the NestJS application, so that we can allow app users, because this is the app we are creating, TKS V2 2025, so that this app can allow users to log in with the Google, Facebook, Twitter, all these things.